Hello and welcome to the instructions for the annotated bibliography assignment. Let me share my screen. And there you have from Canvas the page with the instructions. So an annotated bibliography is a list of citations from books, articles, and documents. Each citation is followed by a brief, and this is usually about 150 words, descriptive and evaluative paragraph, and that's called the annotation. The purpose of the annotation is to inform the reader of the relevance, accuracy, and quality of the sources cited. Each student will create an annotated bibliography in an area of research that is of interest. And here are the guidelines for this assignment. Like the other papers, you're going to follow APA 7th edition for the formatting of the manuscripts, and I do provide a sample, which I'll show you here in a little bit. Just like the other papers, use Time New Romans, 12-point font, no smaller, no larger. Double space with 1-inch margins all around. And like with the other assignments, clarity is expected, as is correct spelling and grammar. The final assignment will be uploaded in Canvas, and it'll be in this folder, the annotated bibliography. So this paper will include a cover page, and the guidelines for the cover page are here in the instructions, and then the annotated bibliography. And so with that annotated bibliography, with that part of it, you will have the reference citation formatted in APA 7th, and then follow that with your evaluation, your evaluative paragraph. And that should be of not more than 200 words. So you're looking at between 150 and 200 words. Then following the annotations, then you'll have a reference list, and that must follow the APA 7th edition. Like all the assignments, you will submit a Word file to Canvas, and I will not accept a PDF or any file that is uploaded to an online share program. At least 10 citations from 4 different types of publications. And by that, the types of publications that I'm looking for are a research journal, research conference paper, a book chapter, dissertation, thesis. There could be a government or a corporate report, but I'm looking for 4 different types of publications. And 4 different types of publications are required to be considered for A, quality work. And this is due November 15th, uploaded in Canvas, and there's no peer review to this. So now let me show you, I've got an example with my feedback from a previous course. And this gives you a good idea. You've got the reference followed by the annotation. And one thing to remember, and I've probably pointed this out on papers, in APA, most verbs will be in the past tense because the research, the writing, the publication has already taken place. So most verbs will be in the past tense. And again, you start off with the reference citation followed by the annotation. And then you get to the last one, and that's where you will put the reference list. And one of the reasons I have you do the reference list with your annotated bibliography will be used to write your lit review. They'll write the final paper. And so with the reference list, you've done it, you've gotten feedback for the annotated bibliography. You'll be able to then take it and add it to the end of your lit review. So that is the example. And then I do use a rubric for this assignment. And here's what I'm looking for. At least 10 sources. Your sources that you use, that you cite, should be from reliable, valid, reliable, and trustworthy sources. I would I've had students in the past who use something from a mainstream media like the Wall Street Journal, the Daily Wire type publications, and that's okay, but most of those publications, most of those news articles, the journalist has used research, something that's cited in a peer-reviewed publication for the article. And I would tell you, if it's an article talking about, and you'll see, again, I mentioned the Wall Street Journal, Daily Wire, New York Times, Washington Post, NBC.com, CBS.com, FoxNews.com. Go, if they're reporting about research, find the original research. Find the research that's been published in a peer-reviewed journal or a referee-reviewed conference, and use that original research instead of the news article. Variety of sources. Again, I'm looking for 4 different types of sources. A peer-reviewed journal, a peer-reviewed, referee-reviewed conference, a report, a government report, corporate report, a master's thesis, a book chapter. Those are the things that I'm looking for. Then I have a section on the fluency of the annotations, how well was written. And then the last one is APA and documentation, making sure that APA formatting is followed, that your references, your citations are documented, that you use the right tense for the verbs. And that concludes the instructions for the annotated bibliography. If you have any questions, or if you have any questions about feedback from the other papers, do not hesitate to let me know. Take care.